Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, there's always a little delay, but as it says, preparing to live stream for YouTube Live, as people are starting to jump on, hello, everybody. Hello, Free Mamas. My name is Lauren Golden, and I'm the founder of the Free Mama and the Free Mama movement, and we are live because I can hear us. There we go. We're on. Here's what we're going to do, my friends. I'm going to drop the link in over on Facebook. There we go. Awesome. This is how we go live all at once. And we've got people starting to jump on. So we're ready to rock and roll. And Bree, I will have the comments open the chat. So if we have any questions from them, I will ask them also.
Get it. Okay, perfect.
But in the meantime, I am so excited because we've been doing this interview series over here on YouTube. Like, where are they now? Like, is the Free Mama really legit? Like, who are these people? Is Lauren just like connected to all these people on the interwebs, like sort of, but not really? Like, you guys are doing your own thing. You guys are absolutely amazing. And I love these opportunities to catch up. And what's unique about you, Bree, is actually two things. First is that I never did group coaching with you. So you really got in this world, rolled up your sleeves, took the course, and like freaking ran with it. And it's very weird because this is what is possible with the internet. Like, I didn't know you. I didn't know who you were. I didn't know what you were doing and how freaking amazing you are until we had our one call. And so we've only spoken one other time. You were like totally living the Free Mama life, like multitasking. You're talking to me in the car. I don't know if you were going to meet a client or pick up kids or what you were doing. Both. Yeah, like totally amazing. And I'm just like, who is this rock star who is just like came out of nowhere? Like, I knew your name from Facebook, but we didn't have that relationship that I've had with some of the other women that I've interviewed. So I am just so stinking excited for this because I don't really know your story. Like, I really am truly interviewing you. I'm not asking you stuff that I already know the answer to. I get to really interview you and figure out about your life. And I'm just so excited that you were willing to share it with other women in our community. So let's start there, actually. How long ago did you join the Free Mama? And tell me, like, what did your life look like before you kind of watched my webinar or joined our Facebook group or however it all started for you? What were you doing?
Absolutely. So I've been with the Free Mama for about a year now, actually a year to the date at the end of this month. So I'm just rounding out my first official year for myself. But story started for me, I guess around college. I, went to school, went to college, couldn't really pick a major. Dance has always been something that I've done. So I was like, I'll just major in dance. No big deal. So right after graduation, I got an opportunity to own a dance studio. I did that for about a year. Loved it, but it just was not the right time. I mean, I was 21, like, nothing at that point. It's like, whatever. So after that year, I was like, okay, I'll give it a break. I'll figure out what I really want to do. I started 9 to 5 and did that for a couple of years. And then I moved back to Louisiana because I was living in Tennessee. So I moved back to Louisiana and, continued to have 9 to 5 jobs and then decided that I wanted to open a boutique. A friend of mine wanted to open one. We were like, let's do it. Still not for me, right? You need to know what is for you. That was not for me.
How did you know? That for about a year. When did you realize? Yeah. Like, when did you realize it wasn't for you? Or what about it wasn't for you?
When it was work and it wasn't something that I enjoyed doing. Yes, I was good at it. But if you don't wake up every morning and, say, you know what, I'm so excited today. I get to do this. I get to do that. It's really not what's for you. If you're dreading having to get up and go into an office that you run, you get to dictate where you go and when you go and how you do it. But you still don't love it, like, not for me.
Wow.
Not for me. So I went back to 9 to 5 for another year and a half or so, kind of let that die down. Cause that was my second business. And I just was like, maybe it's just not for me. And then I'm scrolling on Facebook one day and Lauren, pops up and I'm like, okay, but I don't think that's for me yet. Pops up again a couple weeks later. And finally, the third time I was like, you know what, let me just look and see. It still took me another 6 months to convince myself to do it. And if I would have done it when I first saw it, I'd probably be, farther than where I am now. But at this point, I'm just so happy. I wake up every day and I'm literally sitting at a client's office right now. We just had some lunch and I'm getting ready to go and teach some dance and pick up my kid and do what I need to do on my own terms. And it's just enjoyable at this point.
Oh my gosh. I have so many questions right now. I can't even stand it. Okay. So like you said, let's go there. Are you ready to go there? Can we go there with the mindset stuff? Okay, cool. I'm not even, I have my questions and I'm like, just check it out the window. Okay. I have so many questions. So one might say that you had two failed businesses. Now, technically, I wouldn't look at it that way at all, but one might say that, right? We have a lot of people who come into our community who have tried stuff before. And whether it wasn't for them, like they didn't enjoy it, like where you were at, or let's just say they straight up, like they did fail, they lost money, like it was not a fit. Like, what do you say to those people? And how do you think, like, was it hard for you to go from the dance studio to the boutique? Was it hard for you to go from the boutique to like, okay, cool, I am going to start my own online career? Like, did you feel like you had a lot of roadblocks, or are you just like, it's easy for you to like push through and just, no, okay, cool. Like,
if anyone says that's easy, they are out of their mind if they say that's easy. So the first business I had, when it ended up closing, I actually went bankrupt. That's what happened, you know? So it does, at first, it feels like a failure, a public failure, because everyone around you knows that you have this business, it's closing. They want to know why or what's happening. So absolutely, it feels like, it feels like you've completely failed everything. But looking back at it, I wouldn't know what I know now in this business if I hadn't had that first one. Wow. And definitely if I wouldn't have had that second one. The second one, I learned that I enjoyed working with myself versus other people.
Oh my
Harder
gosh.
lesson to learn.
I am so happy right now. I want to talk to you about all the things. So what are, like, one of the other things that I hear from people but Bree, I'm obsessed with you. We are going to talk all the time. Okay. I have so many things I want to ask you. So you are amazing, by the way. Like, your ability to get out of your own way and do it again should not, like, here's the deal. Everybody has the ability to do that. They might not think they do. Like, I think, like, even talking to you, I want to put you on this pedestal, but the reality is you are a woman who made a decision not to give up. Like, that's the bottom line. And any of us have the ability to make that decision. We just don't always choose to, right? I would love to hear, because one of the things I hear from people all the time is like, I'm just a mom. I'm just a teacher. I'm just a nurse. I'm just a whatever your background is. You so could have been like, I'm just a dancer. Like, I'm just a dance instructor. I don't know anything about online business and marketing and what, like, you could have had so many excuses if you would have allowed yourself to. Like, how, like you said, you took so much stuff from those past experiences that you're now putting into your business now. Can you tell us what some of those things are?
Sure. So from, I guess, my first business, I learned that I needed to be more disciplined because I wasn't very disciplined. As a 21-year-old, you're kind of wild. I mean, at that point, you know, I needed to learn that if I wanted something and I wanted to go get it, that I had to make the necessary steps to get to that point. And that failure, right? No, that lesson, lesson was get yourself together, like, go get it done, you know? Second business, if you want to work with a partner, make sure that that partner and you are going to fit, and going to fit through ugly, not going to fit every day, going to fit through really ugly stuff. So, you know, morphing that into my third business, I said, okay, I need to be more disciplined. Well, in this line of work, like, if you're not disciplined, you're not going to get anything done.
No.
Period. Like, it's just not going to happen.
No one to report to. There's no one that's going to hold you accountable.
No, except for your client when they decide they don't want to be your client.
Right.
And that's like the worst.
Yeah.
Right?
Good point.
So yeah, I think it's just looking at it in the mindset of, it is a learned lesson. Yes, it hurt. Yes, it was not fun, but the learned lesson, okay, learn your lesson. Okay, apply it and just do better. There's no ceiling. Like,
oh my gosh.
Ceilings are for sillies.
This is so good. I'm having such a good time. Okay, so you said that you were in the free, you let my ad stalk you a little bit. You finally caved, but you were still a part of our community for about 6 months before you chose to actually really, like, engage. What do you think, and maybe, you know, maybe there was actually something that happened in your life, but what made you finally decide to go for it? What was the turning point for you?
I think I'm more afraid. I have, like, FOMO, right? I don't want to miss out on things. And I was like, you know what? You want this life. You want to have these types of hours. At that point, I'd had a little one. I was like, you want to spend more time with him. You want to have these things. Okay, why aren't you doing it? Like,
I did a Facebook Live about that this morning.
It was legit that, like, why aren't you grabbing your life and taking control of it? And I didn't have an answer for that.
I love it. And so you jumped,
press the button.
I love it. Okay, so what advice would you give to yourself? You said you're, like, coming up on your 1-year anniversary. Like, what do you know now, after being in business for almost a year? Like, what advice would you give yourself to a year ago, other than start sooner?
Right, other than start sooner. You be selective about who you want to provide your services to, because you can provide your services to anyone. You are more than qualified. but you need to be selective in who you choose to share your gift with.
That's so awesome. So let's talk about your journey. So now you believe that, but that's the advice you would have given a year ago. So like walk us through like literally 12 months of your business. Like where and how did you find your first client? What were you doing for them? And how have things sort of evolved over the past year?
Sure. So my first client is actually the office that I'm sitting in.
I love it.
I was working for him full time, and I had helped him build a couple of things in his business. And when I made that decision that I wanted to take the reins in my own life, I sat him down and I said, Dr. Cormier, this is what I'm thinking about doing. It's going to save you time. It's going to save you money. It's going to save you taxes. It's going to save you, the whole list.
That's awesome.
Now, in presenting that idea, he was a little reluctant because he was like, no, I like having you right here. And I was like, but you can have me just like this. I was like, anytime you need virtually, and I don't live very far from here, it's local. But I just made my case in point of the fact that it was going to save him time. It was going to save him money. And I was actually going to be more productive and a happier employee or worker for him, being able to flex and flow how I needed.
So you turned your previous employer into your first client.
Yeah.
And
he in turn, he has several other businesses, and he was like, you know what? Why don't you help me with this one? Okay, now help me with that one. And we've just been growing together.
That's so fabulous. So do you have clients outside of this, or does he keep you busy with his?
I do. I do, but I'm trimming the fat of where I feel comfortable, like that advice of what I just said, take my own advice. So in this point, I'm rounding out some contracts, and I'm letting some kind of go out so that I can focus more where I'm actually happiest.
So how did you get there? Like, what work were you doing to take on these clients? Maybe why did you take them? Like, was it out of financial necessity? Did you feel like a pressure to grow or to earn more? And then how are you to the point now? How are you deciding what's the fat? Like, what's getting trimmed? How are you making those decisions?
Right. So with one of my clients that I'm letting go, it was a lot of invoicing, and it took up probably 6 hours of my day, which in the schedule that I originally said I wanted, that doesn't work. So I actually acquired this client through a friend who was on Facebook. They were reaching out looking for someone to come in their office. And I was like, well, you don't need anybody to come in your office. I'll do it right here. It works, and it worked. But was it enjoyable for me, and did it stress me out? Oh my God. I was stressed out 24/7. So that was one client. I also edited some podcasts, and that was actually through the Free Mama group. There's constantly people posting for help and people that want things, and that was a service that I could offer. So that is a really good resource. If you have not done that yet, go do it now. It's amazing. So word of mouth, Free Mama movement group, and then also every now and then I'll look up on Facebook jobs just to see if anyone's looking for, that one-off job, like a social media manager for, itty bitty posts, stuff like that. So that's kind of where I found it. And then these past 12 months, I generally work Monday through Friday. I will give myself an hour of lunch. I do not rob myself of that time because you need to kind of decompress for the day. But yeah, Monday through Friday. And then if my little boy is sick, then whatever that day is, I just have to move things and shuffle them around, and I get to devote myself to him like I planned in the beginning.
That's awesome. And you said you're still teaching dance.
Oh gosh, I'm obsessed. I can't help myself. I coach every day. The last couple hours of the day, and then I teach once a week at night. And that's my little side hustle. That's my little extra thing. And I thoroughly enjoy doing it. I can't let it go. And a regular 9 to 5 was not allowing me to do it.
That's so awesome. That's really beautiful. I love that. What do you think has surprised you most over this past year, or just kind of about this lifestyle or this type of career? Has anything surprised you?
It surprised me and I'm not going to say it's easy, because it's not easy. There's a lot of work that goes into it, but honestly, how easy it was just to say, this is what I want. I'm moving forward. I'm going to make it happen. And then it just starts happening. The problem is that we get in our way, and I needed to get out of my own way. And I do that every day. I'm like, get out of your way. You can do it. There's no ceiling. Keep going forward. It is easy. You just have to say yes.
That's so amazing. I love that so much. So what new skills have you learned? Do you have a background in dance? You owned this boutique. Obviously, just to run a business in general requires certain things that you have to figure out. I don't think you have to have studied them. I never studied business or marketing in school, but what new skills have you acquired over the last year that 3 years ago you never would have thought you would have been doing?
I have acquired so many skills. Oh God. So computers were my thing before. Computers are really my thing now. Troubleshooting has been an area that I never thought I would get into, but I'm the tech girl.
Figure it out.
Yeah. I figured it out. That's not something I thought I was going to be doing. And I'm a lot more organized than I thought I was. Back in the day had like my planner and I'd write down my stuff throughout the day. And now I've got all these apps that I have like integrated together. And like, I literally just have to look at my calendar and it's telling me what everybody has to do. I never thought that I could do that. And I didn't think that I could like, I don't know, make that all work together. But now it does. And that's honestly one of the reasons why my client now has me, is to keep him organized and to keep him pushing towards that goal. Other than that, I think I'm just dreaming bigger.
That's awesome. What resources have been super helpful to you outside of the Free Mama 12-week program?
In terms of
like professional development or courses, or do you just like Google and go and figure it out?
Well, I downloaded Audible. That has been one of the best resources. I used to love reading, just never had time to. And when I tell you I've burned through almost all of Brene Brown's material, I have burned through, just so much of it. It's so much knowledge that no, it doesn't necessarily say this is how you're going to run your business, ABC. But what it does do is say, this is how you treat your clients. Why do you treat them that way? How can you make them better? How can you make yourself better for them? So self-care, yes, but selfishly also business development.
Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh, Dare to Lead like made me cry. Like
I just finished it the other day.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Okay. This is so good. What's your biggest takeaway from this whole journey that you've been on so far?
That I'm stronger and bigger than I thought I ever would be.
Oh, so good. That's so awesome. So
didn't think I could do it.
What?
I said I didn't think I could do it. I just
but you can.
It was a dream. It wasn't
here's the deal. Here's what I would say, like from my own experience, it was a dream, but like I think a little part of you knew you could. I think you have to have that seed of inner belief to have the willingness to go for it. And as you start proving to yourself over and over and over again, like as you just have these little wins all the time, like it can be the smallest, like realizing how organized you are. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, like I can do that. That's not a big deal. Like you just go figure these things out and you're just getting this like arsenal of stuff that is proof that you can do things like, and then your belief starts to explode and you're all of a sudden you're like, I can do anything. Like,
yep.
That's so
I'm
awesome.
Superwoman. I got this.
That's awesome. So what is next for you, Miss Sky's the Limit? Like, do you have big goals and dreams you want to share with everybody?
Sure. Right now I am compiling kind of like a hub for businesses around my area and entrepreneurs around my area, specifically African-American ones. We do have a lot of business resources in this area, but there haven't been any specifically for African-American owned businesses. So I actually have probably a group of about 10 different entrepreneurs who have all had the same dreams and aspirations, but no one has actually made it come to fruition. Haha, organizer here. There it is. I was like, you know what, I'm going to organize it. So we're actually working on doing a bi-yearly event where we can kind of get all these entrepreneurs together and then do an outreach program where throughout the year we have these times set out where we can actually help people get their businesses started, organize it, and kind of push them through that funnel of getting them to where they want to be in success. That's going to be a fun one.
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. That's amazing. And here's the deal, like, I think the further you get in business, you start to realize that money's great, money's helpful. Like I like money. I like having a house and feeding my children and all of these things. But I think when you can find things like that, like that's where real fulfillment comes from. Like when you have the opportunity to share it with other people and connect with other people and then help other people and serve other people with like zero strings attached, like so beautiful. I love your heart. I am so grateful to get to reconnect with you and to share everything you've been doing with everybody. Is there anything else that you want to say to these moms who are watching and talking? I'm realizing I never looked at the chat. If you guys have questions, they're like all this talking. If there's any questions for Bree, please post them now. But before I actually read the chat, what I want to hear from you, Bree, is like for all these moms who are watching right now, some might already be free mamas. Some might totally be doing that lurking thing that you did for 6 months where they're like, is this actually legit? Who is this crazy person on the internet whose ads I always see? Like, what is actually happening? Like, what is one piece of advice or something that you would like to share to those people who are in that place where maybe you were just over a year ago?
Simple. On the other side of fear is faith. If you don't have faith in yourself, you're not going to get where you need to be. It's okay to be scared. You need to be scared, but you need to take that leap.
Damn. Somebody put that on Canva and post that on the internet. That was really good. Is that a saying, on the other side of fear is faith? Or did you
I've heard that before. Yeah. On the other side of
that
fear is
was
faith.
like
And I actually ended up getting, so this is like too much, but I have a little tattoo that
No.
says faith. It's in Morse code. And it's a constant reminder. It's okay to be scared. Just have the faith that you need. It will carry you through. It's okay.
Wow, that was okay. Someone else said "damn" in the comments too. I'm like, damn, like I don't really like curse, but I'm like, wow, my heart skipped a beat. Like that was really solid. You're getting some serious love. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just want to make you feel so good. Jennifer and Adrian and Brianna are all watching. Jordan and Mia are watching. Someone whose initials are VS, which I went straight to Victoria's Secret. I don't know why I stopped there, but so Victoria's Secret's watching. No.
Yeah.
Mia is making fun of how hyper I get when I get to hang out with free mamas. That is so funny. Okay, mic drop. Heck yes, girl. Getting out of your own way is the biggest thing I struggle with. You make it sound so easy. Okay, so what would you say to Bree?
It's not easy. It's not easy. It is scary. It is okay though. Just
so where
keep
does your
pushing.
motivation come from, Bree? What's your
The
why,
what?
if you will?
My
Both,
why.
if you would.
Yeah, it's honestly my baby boy. When he grows up, I want him to be proud of mom, and I want him to know what it looks like to have to work really hard for something and to put in the work and to be devoted and dedicated to something that you truly love and enjoy. I think I just want to prove it to him. And then after that, I want to prove it to myself.
That's awesome. That's so great. Some more Brene Brown fans in the house. Okay, you're making Mia cry, but we love you, Mia, but that's not that hard to do. I love Mia. Mia has like the biggest heart of anyone I've ever met. Okay, Jordan, you are blowing her away, by the way. She says, I'm so incredibly impressed with your poise and drive. Your story is amazing. You should know that, Bree. I completely agree. Okay. Oh my gosh. Brianna said she's putting that on her wall. What you said about on the other side of
yes.
I love that. Bree, this has been absolutely amazing. You are a rock star.
Thank you.
I am so proud of you. I think my only regret is that I didn't get to spend more time with you during your journey. But here's the deal. Like, you guys all have the ability to do this. Like, I might get closer with my group coaching people because I see them every week. But what we provide in the Free Mama, both on YouTube, where you are right now, where there are literally dozens, if not over 100 episodes right now of actual content with actual, you know how Bree was saying, like now she likes to listen to like the higher stuff, like, but I give you the tactical too. Like there's the mindset, there's the principles, there's the strategies, but there's also the like, no, literally, how do I set up my email? Like everything you need is accessible to you. Paid, free, Google, YouTube, a book, whatever, like you guys have what you need. So whether you find it from the Free Mama, like Bree was able to do, or for somewhere else, like literally, please just realize that whatever you want, you are capable of getting if you do what Bree did. You actually take the action and you go for it. So take that little seed of belief and hope and let it grow. Bree, you are a rock star. I'm so proud of you. I want to stay in touch. Like, I hope this interview is just the beginning of us talking more often because I think you're so fantastic. I hope that you come to the next 3-day event because we had a dance party this year. And
no way!
Awesome. And now that I know that you're a dancer, I'm like, can we make a routine together? Like, that would be awesome.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Did you know I'm a dancer too?
No, what?
I don't teach, but I'm a but I take.
But you're a dancer. Oh, we have to do it. We have to do that.
You are amazing. Thank you so much for your time and talents. And thank you for sharing with everybody today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.